Cowboy in Japan presents Japanese lessons with Brian and Shingo. Video number 1. Hello, and welcome everyone. This is a new video series, brought to you by Cowboy in Japan. I am your host Brian, and in this video series, I will teach you a little bit about the Japanese language. Now, I know what you are thinking. What's up with this old animated British guy? Where is Cowboy in Japan? Well, to put it simply, Cowboy thought that his voice wasn't good enough to teach Japanese. Hell, he thought his voice wasn't good enough to teach anything at all. Plus he can never stay on topic and seems to just ramble about. So that's where I come in. I can assure you all that I will do my absolute best, and what better way to learn anything than from an old animated British guy. I bet you feel smarter already, just listening to the sound of my voice. And that's some real OG shit. Please try not to fall asleep due to the sound of my voice, and try to follow along as best as you can. Remember, you can always pause the video and rewind it if you don't understand something. Now, with that said, let's get on with the lesson. First we will go over some basic greetings in Japanese. Then after that, we will learn our first vocabulary that we will need for this lesson. Be sure to take lots of notes. I will be assisted by my homeboy, Shingo. He will pronounce the Japanese words that you will learn in this series. Please be nice to him, as he is a shy guy who doesn't get out much. Shingo, why don't you introduce yourself to the audience?
はい。皆さん、こんにちは。慎吾です。よろしく。
Easy there, Shingo. No need to overwhelm the audience with that amazing introduction. We are just getting started. Try to contain yourself, sir.
おう、ソーリーブレイアンさん。
That's okay, mate. Now, shall we finally get on with the lesson?
始めましょ
う。Well then, let's begin with some basic greetings in Japanese. Shingo will say the Japanese phrase, and I will give the English translation. This is just a little warm-up. Have your study materials ready and be sure to take notes. It will also help if you can say the phrases out loud. That way, you will get used to speaking Japanese. Now then, let's start. Shingo, will you please say the first phrase?
う。おはよう。おはよう。
Good morning. This is used between friends and family members.
おはよう。おはよう。おはようございます。おはようございます。
Good morning. This is a more polite version of
おはよ
う. This is used between people who are not as close. Note the
ございます。
This makes the word more polite. You will hear this word very often.
おはようございます。おはようございます。こんにちは。こんにちは。
Hello. This greeting is used after around 10 a.m.
こんにちは。こんにちは。こんばんは。こんばんは。
Good evening. This greeting is used around 7 p.m. when it starts to get dark.
こんばんは。こんばんは。さようなら。さようなら。
Goodbye. It should be noted that this greeting is only used when the people involved will not see each other for a long period of time. You would not say this to someone you see on a regular basis, or might see again sometime in the near future. This is for long goodbyes only.
さようなら。さようなら。おやすみなさい。おやすみなさい。
Good night. This greeting is said right before you go to sleep. Usually, friends and family members shorten it to
おやすみ。
They drop the
なさい。
You can use either one, whichever you prefer. No one is judging you. Really, I have a lot of friends who say oyasumi nasai. I don't judge. I am afraid I can't speak for Shingo though.
It's okay to me. おやすみなさい。おやすみ。ありがとう。ありがとう。
Thanks.
ありがとう。ありがとう。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。
Thank you. Did you notice the gozaimasu? It changed thanks to thank you, making it sound more polite. Whenever a stranger or someone you are not that close to does you a favor, remember to use the gozaimasu.
ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。すみません。すみません。
I'm sorry, or, excuse me. There are two ways to say this word. You can say,
すみません。
or,
すいません。
the difference is, pronouncing the word with, sumi, or sui. Both are correct, and you can decide which one works best for you. Personally I favor sui more. Sumi tends to be the one that is taught in most textbooks, probably because it sounds more polite, and sui sounds a little bit more like slang. Though most Japanese people use sui. Isn't that right, Shingo?
そうですね。すい、sounds more natural when talking. すみません。
Or,
すいません。行ってきます。行ってきます。
I'm off, I'll be back later. This is what you say to someone when you leave home.
行ってきます。行ってきます。行ってらっしゃい。行ってらっしゃい。
See ya, come back safely. This is what you tell someone when they say they are leaving home.
行ってらっしゃい。行ってらっしゃい。ただいま。ただいま。
I'm home.
ただいま。ただいま。おかえりなさい。おかえりなさい。
Welcome back. Just like oyasumi nasai, you can drop the nasai, and just say okaidi.
おかえり。おかえり。おかえりなさい。おかえり。いただきます。いただきます。
Thank you for the meal, I am about to eat. Say this before you receive any food to eat.
いただきます。いただきます。ごちそうさま。ごちそうさま。
Thank you for the meal, after you are done eating.
ごちそうさま。ごちそうさま。はじめまして。はじめまして。
How do you do?
はじめまして。はじめまして。どうぞよろしく。どうぞよろしく。
It's nice to meet you.
どうぞよろしく。どうぞよろしく。
Well, that appears to be the end of our warm-up. How was it? Did we go too fast? Remember, if you missed something the first time, you can always pause and go back. It's important to take notes as we go along. Notes will be an important aspect of these video lessons and they will make the whole learning process a whole lot easier. So please be sure to take those notes. That concludes the end of this video. We were told by the boss to keep these videos at about 10 minutes each. Next time we will dive into our first real lesson. Things are about to get a little more difficult. If this video was difficult for you, then that means you cannot read hiragana yet. If you can't, I would suggest you look up other videos on YouTube to learn it. It's important to know. We will not be using Romaji in these videos. Only hiragana, katakana and kanji. I should also say that these videos will go in order. So please, look out for our next video. Also please subscribe to Cowboy in Japan on YouTube, and follow him on Twitter at CowboyInJapan. Please like this video if you truly enjoyed it, and share it with your friends. Well then, until next time, peace out homies.
皆さん、じゃあね。
Come on Shingo, let's go get shit-faced wasted.
Get money. Fuck bitches.
We out this bitch.